Welcome to Speak Peak English. Today, we are going to practice listening and speaking skills with the story The Cooking Catastrophe. Listen carefully. The Cooking Catastrophe. Sam had always wanted to cook a fancy dinner. He watched a lot of cooking shows and thought, how hard can it be? One Saturday evening, he decided to invite his friends over for a homemade meal. "I'm going to cook spaghetti with homemade sauce and garlic bread," Sam proudly told his friends. Sam started by boiling water for the spaghetti. This is easy, he thought. But while the water was heating up, he got distracted watching TV. Suddenly, he heard a loud hissing noise. The pot was boiling over, and water was spilling everywhere. Oops! Sam quickly turned off the stove and cleaned up the mess. Next, he decided to make the sauce. He had a recipe but thought he didn't need to follow it exactly. "I'll just add a little more salt for flavor," he said to himself. He kept adding a bit of this and a bit of that, feeling like a chef on TV. He tasted the sauce. "Wow, this is salty," Sam laughed nervously, "but it's okay. I'll fix it." His next task was making garlic bread. He buttered the bread, sprinkled garlic powder, and put it in the oven. "Just 10 minutes, he said, setting a timer. But then his phone rang, and he forgot all about the bread. 10 minutes turned into 20. Suddenly, Sam smelled something burning, the garlic bread. He ran to the oven and opened the door. A cloud of smoke puffed out, and the bread was black as coal. "Well, at least the smoke detector didn't go off this time," he muttered. His friends arrived just as Sam was pulling out the spaghetti. They looked around the kitchen, which was covered in sauce splatters, pots, and burnt bread. "Dinner's almost ready," Sam said, trying to stay positive. When they sat down to eat, his friends took one bite of the spaghetti and looked at each other. "This sauce is interesting," said Jake, trying not to laugh. "Yeah, it's a little salty," said Sarah with a smile. Sam sighed. Okay, I messed up the sauce and the bread. Well, let's just say it's extra crispy." Everyone burst out laughing. "At least you tried," Jake said. "And next time we'll help you with the cooking." Sam smiled. "Deal, and maybe next time I'll just order pizza." Now, let's practice English listening and speaking skills with a repeat after me session from the story, The Cooking Catastrophe. Are you ready? Let's begin. The Cooking Catastrophe. Sam had always wanted to cook a fancy dinner. He watched a lot of cooking shows and thought, how hard can it be? One Saturday evening, he decided to invite his friends over for a homemade meal. "I'm going to cook spaghetti with homemade sauce and garlic bread," Sam proudly told his friends. Sam started by boiling water for the spaghetti. This is easy, he thought. But while the water was heating up, he got distracted watching TV. Suddenly, he heard a loud hissing noise. The pot was boiling over, and water was spilling everywhere. Oops! Sam quickly turned off the stove and cleaned up the mess. Next, he decided to make the sauce. He had a recipe but thought he didn't need to follow it exactly. "I'll just add a little more salt for flavor," he said to himself. He kept adding a bit of this and a bit of that, Feeling like a chef on TV, he tasted the sauce. Wow, this is salty, Sam laughed nervously, but it's okay, I'll fix it. His next task was making garlic bread. He buttered the bread, sprinkled garlic powder, and put it in the oven. Just 10 minutes, he said, setting a timer, but then his phone rang and he forgot all about the bread. Ten minutes turned into 20. Suddenly, Sam smelled something burning. The garlic bread. He ran to the oven and opened the door. A cloud of smoke puffed out, and the bread was black as coal. Well, at least the smoke detector didn't go off this time, he muttered. His friends arrived just as Sam was pulling out the spaghetti. They looked around the kitchen, which was covered in sauce splatters, pots, and burnt bread. Dinner's almost ready, Sam said, trying to stay positive. When they sat down to eat, his friends took one bite of the spaghetti and looked at each other. This sauce is interesting, said Jake, trying not to laugh. Yeah, it's a little salty, said Sarah with a smile. Sam sighed. Okay, I messed up the sauce and the bread. Well, let's just say it's extra crispy. Everyone burst out laughing. At least you tried, Jake said. And next time we'll help you with the cooking. Sam smiled. Deal, and maybe next time I'll just order pizza. Great job today. You've done amazing practicing your English listening and speaking skills with the story, The Cooking Catastrophe. Keep practicing every day, and you'll continue to improve. Don't forget to come back to Speak Peak English for more fun lessons. See you next time.